Hello guys, welcome to Bikes, Bibles, and Coffee. Alright, so let's start with today's small lesson. You don't know God like you think you do. What I mean by that is, I'm not saying you don't know God, but I would like to challenge you to do something to change your perspective just a little bit. When it comes to God, here's my thing. Hang on one second. So when it comes to God, one thing that I changed probably roughly, I don't know, it's about more than that, probably close to 10 years ago. Let's see, what is today's date, right? So yeah, roughly 10 years, about 10 years ago, is when you address God. Now, Scripture calls him out as like Jesus did, as Father. And Jesus called him Father. He rarely used the word or the term God. You know, it's like me calling my earthly dad Don. You know, so when I go talk about him, I say, you guys know how Don is. You know, I'm addressing him as someone who is separate from me. But when I talk about my dad, you know I'm talking about my dad. You know, so my dad Don. Or my father, you know. So, and when I'm talking in a worldly way, you know, it's kind of like, you know, me and my dad went out and had pizza the other day. You know, I'm talking about my earthly dad, my earthly father. But when you're talking about God, and even when you're praying, you know, most people will address him as Father, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I actually encourage that 100%. Do not get me wrong. But I challenge you to go a little bit deeper with it, with calling them Dad. That, to me, I think, builds that closeness, it builds that relationship just a little bit better, you know? Here on earth, if I always call my dad